Hey guys, so today I'll be teaching you how to do a little bit of modular origami. Specifically, we'll be looking at the Sonobe unit and how to make a 30 Sonobe unit kusudama like we have right here. And so I know there are a lot of variations on the Sonobe unit, but today we'll be looking at just the basic form, how to get the fundamentals down. And so we'll be looking at how to actually fold the unit itself and then how to assemble the units together to make a kusudama like we have right here. So let's get started. Okay, so what we have right here is a finished Sonobe unit, so fully folded and ready to go. And so what I'll be doing now is we'll be going step by step through how to do each fold and create something like this. Just before we get started, you will need 30 square sheets of paper. This square is 3 inches by 3 inches, so about the size of a Post-it note. You can use whatever size you like, but I think for beginners, this size is really good. What you could also do is if you want a smaller size, cut this into quarters and use those as your squares. So let's jump right in. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is just fold the paper in half. Just like this, trying to line up the edges as best as we can and making a nice sharp crease there. Okay, we'll open it back up. And then what we'll do is we'll fold each of the flaps here on the side into the center. So something like this. Okay, and then the other side as well. So now we're left with something that looks like this, more or less. Okay. The next step is gonna be taking, when you have the lines, the folds vertical, take the corners, one of the corners here on the top right, and fold it so it meets this crease right here. So you see how we fold it like that. We'll do it to the opposite side corner as well. We'll come down and we'll fold it right to the crease like that. So now we have something that looks like this. And what we'll do is we'll now fold these back in with the flaps down. So we see we'll have something like this now. And we're actually almost done. What we'll do now is we'll put it like this. We'll take the bottom corner here and we'll just fold it to the edge. Okay, like that. And we'll do the same. We'll flip it around and do the exact same thing here. Just like that. So you now should have something that looks just like this. And now the last step is just going to be opening it up a tiny bit. And you see this little pocket right here, this flap? Well, flap right here, pocket here. We'll just tuck this little flap inside the pocket here. And we'll do the exact same thing over here. And that's it. This is the Sonobe unit that can be used for a number of different origami pieces. But now to create the kusudama that we're making today, the 30 unit specifically, we have to do a few more folds to make it look like our finished product from before. What we'll do is we'll flip it over to the back, so the crosses and stuff are facing down, and we'll take this bottom flap here, and we'll just fold it so that the tip touches that corner of the square or edge right there. We'll fold that down, okay? We'll flip it over or flip it around, and we'll do the exact same thing here. So to kind of make like a box. Okay, so something like this. Then the last step is just going to be taking the two corners here and just folding it in half like this, okay? And so now if you look at it from the top, you see we have something that looks like this, and it should be identical to the one we have here, the finished unit. Great. So now all you have to do is repeat that set of instructions 30 times to make 30 identical units. And once you've done that, I'll show you how to get started on the assembly. So now you've folded 30 individual Sonobe units, and we are ready to get assembling, to start creating the kusudama itself. So what we'll do is we'll start by just taking 2 units, okay? And you'll notice that the units have these little folds here, little pockets, and of course they have these flaps right here. And so what we'll do is we'll take 2 identical units, and we'll take the flap of one, and we'll try to just stick it right here into the pocket of the other. And so we'll do that one more time. So we have the top flap here, bottom pocket here, and we'll just try to slot this right in, okay? Now what we'll do is we'll take a third unit okay? And we'll do the same exact thing. Flap into pocket, and then we'll do flap into pocket here, okay? And you see how we kind of make like a little pyramid. That's what we're looking to try to do. So once we have like a pyramid like this, if you see on the finished model here, it's just a bunch of pyramids, right? And so this is just identical to one of those right there. So now let's keep assembling. So what we'll do is we'll basically just keep adding units by connecting flaps and pockets. And if you have a look at the original unit again, I'll show you guys what it is in a second here. But basically what it is, you'll notice there are groups of 5 on each side. So 5 pyramids on each side, 5 triangles. So notice we have 2 right here now. So let's keep going until we've created 5. And you'll see at the end we kind of connect the ring together on the 5th one. Here we go, number 3. Okay. Number 4. And so we have 4 right now, as you can see. The 5th one, we'll start with the 2 flaps that already exist right here, actually. And we'll tuck this flap into the existing pocket. And we'll kind of tighten things up a little bit here. And then we just got to add one more piece to complete the ring here. Just something like this. So you notice we have now 5 pyramids that we created. And all you have to kind of do is just continue building up. So keep adding pockets onto flaps and making pyramids. Just keep making the points. That's all you have to do. Points to 3. Just like that. And so you notice that when we have 5 here, we add this 6th one here. You notice it's just actually a ring with 3 now, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll create the 4th. And this is kind of the way I like to think about the assembly. It's just making pyramids of 3 to start, but then ultimately trying to make those rings of 5. So those rings of 5 pyramids. And so you see now we have 4 here. And the 5th one comes from the 2 existing flaps and 1 additional unit. So we'll take the 2 existing, the flap and pocket here, tighten things up a little bit. And then we'll add 1 more unit here. And there we go. That's our 2nd ring. So 1st ring, 2nd ring. Let's look over here. We have 3. So let's keep going, make a 4th one. There's 1. Make the pyramid here 2. Okay. And now we have a ring of 4, as you can see here. And so we'll combine that ring to make with the 5th pyramid right here. Take that 1 additional unit to make the 5th spike in the chain here. And there we go. And as you can see, it's going to start curving into almost like the bottom half of a ball. And so we keep going. We see 3 right here. Let's keep going, make a 4th. Okay. And this can definitely be a little bit tricky at first, just to kind of get a feel for how to actually put the flaps in the pockets and stuff, and how to actually orient, especially as it gets a little more crowded. We have several units in here now. That's why I suggest always working with the bigger size at first, so these 3-inch squares, just to make it a little bit easier to assemble. And so we'll make our 5th spike here. Okay, and we'll keep going. So we'll make another one here. And there's really no right order about this either. You can just kind of pick whichever sides you want to go with. As long as you're making those rings of 5, you'll get to the right place. There's a number of different ways to get to this place, or the finished product. So that's our 5th one there. We'll add an additional unit to lock this ring in. And as you notice, as we kind of keep assembling, we'll start seeing groups of 4, which makes it very easy for us. It just means we'll just put these 2 together here. And what this will do is start closing the ball off. So you see we have a line here. You can start seeing the inside of the ball. Start closing it off. And the ball will get a little bit sturdier on the bottom, but a little more delicate on top. And so this is kind of where we're at right here. We're almost, I think, 2/3 of the way done now. Just about done. We have 5 units left to go. So stick to the same plan as before. Just putting flaps in pockets and closing pyramids. Okay, great, that's a 4, right? So we'll create the 5th here. And things do get a little bit more clustered together here toward the end, but it's okay. Feel free to use like a pair of tweezers or something if you need to get flaps out. Great. And so flaps will start kind of getting stuck inside here. We'll just have to pluck them out. There we go. Just like that. And what we'll do is now we'll add the last unit in. And this can be a little bit tricky. The last unit is always the toughest one. But we'll make that last one of these pyramids here. Second to last pyramid. And then the last one is just going to be these 3 flaps that are left over to go in and get this one here. There we go. Okay. And so we'll just kind of arrange them in such a way where we can get flaps into pockets here. So I like to kind of layer them all on top of each other first, just like this. And now we can easily get the flaps into each of the pockets, just like this. And so now it should be incredibly stable. Once you put the last unit in, it usually is. We can tighten up some of these units or connections here that were a little bit looser before, just because there's room building it. So we can just kind of squish them together. And what you are left with is a 30 unit Sonobe kusudama. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a like and comment if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.